Here are top news from around the world. Niger military deploys reinforcements to capital after ignoring deadline to cede power. The West African regional bloc ECOWAS had given the junta until Tuesday to hand over power to a civilian-led transitional government or face sanctions and possible military intervention. However, the coup leaders have refused to comply and instead sent more troops to the streets of Niamey, the capital city. Italian fugitive caught after passion for football betrays his location. Vincenzo Laporta, who was wanted for drug trafficking and money laundering, was arrested in Greece after he was spotted in a photo of fans celebrating in Corfu after Napoli won Italy's league championship. He had been on the run since 2019 and had changed his appearance several times. Russia-Ukraine war live. Moscow promises retaliation over tanker attack, as it happened. Russia has vowed to respond to what it called a provocative attack by Ukraine on one of its chemical tankers in the Kerch Strait, a narrow waterway that connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Ukraine said it used drones to target the vessel as part of its counteroffensive against Russian-backed separatists in eastern Ukraine. Sweden and Denmark consider ban on Quran-burning protests as security fears rise. The Scandinavian countries are facing growing pressure to outlaw demonstrations that involve burning or desecrating the Quran, after several incidents sparked violent clashes and threats of terrorism. Some politicians and religious leaders have condemned the protests as hate speech and incitement to violence, while others have defended them as free expression. Asylum seekers board UK's controversial death trap housing barge. The UK government has moved some asylum seekers to a converted ferry moored in the River Thames, as part of its plan to reduce costs and deter new arrivals. The barge, which can accommodate up to 1,400 people, has been criticized by human rights groups and local residents as unsafe, overcrowded and unsanitary. China praises Ukraine talks in Saudi that Russia said were doomed to fail. China has welcomed the first direct talks between Ukraine and Russia in Saudi Arabia, saying they could help ease tensions and promote peace in the region. The talks, which were mediated by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, focused on finding a political solution to the conflict that has killed more than 13,000 people since 2014. Russia had dismissed the talks as futile and accused Saudi Arabia of interfering in its affairs. Slovenia floods kill at least 6 in worst natural disaster to ever hit the country, says PM. Heavy rain and melting snow have caused severe flooding and landslides in Slovenia, killing at least 6 people and forcing thousands to evacuate their homes. Prime Minister Janez Janša said the country was facing its worst natural disaster in history and appealed for international aid. He also declared a state of emergency and activated the EU's civil protection mechanism. US and UK scouts pull out of World Jamboree campsite due to extreme heat. Thousands of scouts from the US and the UK have left their campsite at the World Scout Jamboree in South Korea, after suffering from heat exhaustion and dehydration. The organizers said they decided to relocate the scouts to nearby hotels and schools as a precautionary measure, as temperatures soared above 35 degrees Celsius. The Jamboree, which hosts about 40,000 scouts from 169 countries, is scheduled to end on August 12. Syrian man accused over 2013 massacre arrested in Germany. A Syrian man has been arrested in Germany on suspicion of being involved in a massacre of civilians in Syria in 2013. The man, identified only as Anwar R., is accused of commanding a unit of Syrian intelligence that raided a hospital in Aleppo and killed at least 36 people, including doctors and patients. He is also accused of torture and crimes against humanity. China to relax internal migration rules to kickstart economy. China is planning to ease its strict household registration system, known as hukou, which limits where people can live and work based on their place of birth. The reform aims to boost urbanization and consumption by allowing more rural residents to move to cities and enjoy better public services and social benefits. The move is seen as part of China's efforts to revive its economy after the COVID-19 pandemic. Please subscribe our YouTube channel for more news.